Let's move on to another story, and this one will probably make your blood boil, but hey, there are conversations that we need to have. IMF bailout. Government reaches agreement with official creditors on debt treatment. So let me just quickly read you the story. The government has announced that it has reached an agreement with its official creditors in restoring debt sustainability in line with the International Monetary Fund program targets. Now, the government is seeking to secure the second tranche of the IMF bailout after securing the first tranche in 2023. Now, the government embarked on a domestic debt exchange program in 2023 towards restoring Ghana's long-term debt sustainability. The Finance Ministry, in a statement dated January 12, 2024, explained that the agreement was under the G20 Common Framework on a comprehensive debt treatment beyond the Debt Service Suspension Initiative. Now, the government expressed confidence that the debt treatment, which entails significant flow relief during the program period, will allow for the allocation of additional funds, financial resources towards critical public investments. Now, the government commends, and I quote, the support and cooperation of its official creditors in reaching this agreement, which demonstrates a mutual commitment to restoring debt sustainability in line with the IMF program targets. Now, we're still on this issue, Mensa. We've reached the point where government is looking to go back and collect the second tranche.
Well, the second tranche. So, you know, this Christmas was a very terrible Christmas for Ghanaians. Very, very terrible. Please don't let the videos you saw on social media fool anybody. A lot of the excitements were from the expatriates, the people who flew in to come and enjoy Christmas in Ghana. So the foreigners who have worked in their economies, made monies in their economies. Their economies made it possible for them to come here and enjoy Christmas with our fine ambience and the rich
but
culture.
At least they came and spend some money here.
Yes,
so
but it's not about what they came to spend here. I'm saying
and to
that
add to
they
what
came
we have.
to spend. What about the ordinary Ghanaian? This Christmas was very, very terrible for the ordinary Ghanaian.
Was it?
It was extremely terrible. It was painful. And, you know, for those of us who people can reach, people, you know, you receive certain distressing calls, you know, during Christmas. And, you know, it spoils your mood the whole day because you get to feel firsthand what people are going through. It was a very, very terrible Christmas for Ghanaians. Why? Because prior to the Christmas, the government have failed to secure the second tranche of the IMF money, which it had intended to pump some liquidity into the system because some contractors were relying on that money for them to be paid, and when they paid their workers, and then at least there will be some liquidity in circulation. It was none. But the fundamental question is, how can a whole country like Ghana get so low to the point that the nerves of this country was just on some $600 million? Just $600 million from the IMF. And when the IMF failed to give that money, we were in trouble. Ghanaians have to, and as we speak, now they say, you know, you now have to go back to your creditors. And all the creditors are jittery now. You know why the creditors are jittery? Do you know why it has to take them so long to complete or to even get to this point of debt restructuring? Because the creditors don't trust the government.
Fair enough.
They don't trust the government because this is a government who can even lie to the IMF. So if they can lie to the IMF, then who are you, the creditor?
What do you say? Why are you saying that? What's your basis for saying that?
They've been lying to the IMF. You remember when the finance minister had been presenting cooked numbers to the IMF? When the IMF came to complain that government had been misreporting or under-declaring its deficit numbers. By treating two key expenditure components, the energy sector cleanup cost, the banking sector cleanup cost and the energy sector payment as below the line items, which was always creating the impression that our deficit numbers were looking good. Meanwhile, we're running way above our required deficit. So if this government, this is the same government who sat on radio, on TV, in parliament, everywhere, and told Ghanaians that they will never go to the IMF today, they will never go to the IMF tomorrow, the consequences are dire, we are a proud nation, we are capable of resolving our own challenges. You think the creditors didn't see those videos? You think they didn't see those debates on the floor of parliament? Why would they trust such a person today? So this is a people who are at the negotiating table, who nobody trusts. And so nobody has confidence to even engage in any reliable conversation with them. And that's why they are struggling. And the ripple effect is on we, the citizens. Everybody is feeling a pinch of it. Everybody is struggling. Everybody is complaining. Everybody is not happy. And you think that in the midst of all this, the government will be decorous enough, especially in their communication. They will find something sensitive. They'll be sensitive to the plight of Ghanaians and find something sensible to tell the people. They are still there. Look at economic growth. Economic growth where? Which economic growth? Where is the economic growth going to come from? If there is any hope of economic growth this year, the 2024 budget has killed that hope. Because if you look at the tax measures, the fiscal measures in the 2024 budget is going to further strangulate this already dead economy. If you look at the fiscal measures in the 2024 budget.
Let me take
I mean, it's a very dire situation. Our only hope and consolation is that this year is an election year. At least, Ghanaians will have the opportunity to exercise their anger in a free ballot.
But that's right. It means that's another 300 and how many days we're going to go.
Yes, but at least, now when you're telling Ghanaians to be patient, you know why you are telling them to be patient. So Ghanaians, please, be patient for December 7th. Save the anger. Don't complain. We are tired of even the complaints, because when we complain, nothing happens. Save all the anger. Be patient. 7th December is just at the corner.
Jeffrey,
yeah,
we've reached agreement finally.
Yeah, let me be a bit sarcastic on this one. I would like to congratulate the economic management team
for securing our agreement,
for going through the first phase and qualifying to shamefully go for the second tranche. I thought I would have heard that for good management of other things that happen to the economy, we would say that with the second tranche, we are grateful. We will not come for it. Benching mine on the early comments that we didn't even need to go. So if we needed not to go and we went, I thought we would even bow out quickly to save some small pride. That is if I had my way, actually. If it was me and I thought I had the 1,000 Ghana. But then maybe my people, my debtors are actually delaying payment. So I had to go and borrow. Even in my proud state, I had to go and borrow. After some time, I'll go and tell the person who borrowed me that, look, you know what, things are better now.
Okay
so
now,
I think we'll keep that. So this exposes to show you that indeed, the humbling moment is that we mismanaged. But sadly, there's more talk about progress with our creditors. I mean, I'm not hearing, the next thing you have to do is like, oh, we spoke with our creditors, they've seen the potentials of this X amount of areas we've explored now. We are doing things properly, not only to satisfy the IMF who borrowed us the money, but also the creditors are seeing signs of, booming areas. Like maybe we found lithium and the agreement we had was excellent. We actually have found reworking ourselves, and this ghost names on our payment roll has drastically reduced. We've done A, B, C, and that's the creditors have seen some hope. And then you will be collecting the views from the Fitch and the rest who actually will be grading, around this time of going for the second tranche. It would have been proper and safer for us if we had some good ratings. I mean, to show how we are moving. But that said, I'll come back to where the issues are. Look, the issue is that the whole of last year, we could not do anything about debt. We suspended payment of our debt.
Yeah.
And that amount of some 575 billion still hangs on our neck. You know, so it's not like you can shove it aside. No, it's a standing debt. And it's some of them or most of them are accumulating interest.
Okay.
In the face of all that, what are you seeing? Have you seen anything done to the Sogolome project? That's a waste. That is, I mean, interest is accruing, but you are sitting back to go and pay.
Yeah.
Look, the issues are corruption, reckless expenditure. The issues are wastage. Okay. In all this, you remember when the situation of discussion was at play? We heard the minister and what he told us, that they were cutting their allowances. They were cutting. How much of it did we get? Did they brief you anything on that one? You see, one thing I tell people is that my dad, okay, at some points, the man would tell me he didn't have money, but I saw money in his pocket. But he grew me very fast in thinking when he was able to explain to me, this money, if I should spend it on X for you right now, you forfeit X and Y.
Yeah.
So I saw the implications.
Yeah.
Deal with Ghanaians like that. Tell us the truth.
This is what we have. We're going to spend it like this.
Perfect.
Because if we spend it any other way, we'll be in trouble.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
We are not in good shape. What do? Cut expenditure. Let us see what you are doing. I mean, people are still buying land cruisers for their departments and agencies. People are still flying out. Look at the numbers.
Even though it's supposed to have been, a hold was supposed to have been put on it.
Exactly. Look at the number of people who flew out of the country for this climate summit.
Yeah.
My brother,
That
look.
was crazy.
My brother, let's have some empathy for Ghana. If it was even your pure water factory that you were running, and it was running down, will you still increase payments for managers? Will you still be buying new trucks when there were nowhere to deliver the water? The sales is going down. But that's how we are running this country. Where the monies are that we can explore and get our money back, we are not doing that. And that's why we are in this problem. I've told you, any day corruption is at the bane of our problems. We are having reckless expenditure. There's a lot to show. Go to the yards of some of these big companies. There are pickups there that have not been serviced, yet they are buying new ones. We are seeing all of it. Look, you should be very wicked or have low thinking level for you to think that there's no wastage in our system. Because all over, I mean, you're seeing it. Ministers are having 2-3 vehicles at their disposal. This is not what you should have when you are in such a situation. You go elsewhere, the people who actually are borrowing us this money, they are ministers.
They ride bicycles.
Their prime ministers are riding bicycles. Then somebody says, oh, security. Oh, my brother. Around this election time, they are still in office. But you will see how the protocols will just walk on the streets and go and be eating with people and drinking water with people. Around that time, they can't throw you bomb. But it is when you have become the office holder and you have been legitimately approved, that is when you have to run and hide.
All right.
Look, let's stop it.
Let's do
Let
it.
us manage. Look, Ghana can be better.